Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is you're clicking on this video. This is Christine Austin Ill, and if this is your first time watching one of my videos, feel free to hit the subscribe button, the little bell on the side, and check around and see what other goodies I have out here. Today, I am actually doing some clips. I have not done any clips, videos of me being out in the field in quite some time. It's the 10th of December, 2 weeks before Christmas, and I'm 5.5 hours away. Figured today was a good enough day to do it. Oh my God. I left the house an hour later than I wanted to. I rushed out. I forgot my binder. I forgot my Lincoln Heritage coat. I had on, oh, it's in the back. I had on a hat because I had a scarf that matched the hat with my coat, but I forgot my coat and I forgot my binder. I forgot my scarf. So literally, I did not realize I did not have everything until I was about 3 hours into my drive to this location. So y'all, I was cracking up when I went to Sheets and I went to grab for my jacket and it was not in here. So had to change some things up. Had to stop at the dollar store, buy me a little fleece jacket, buy me this little $5 scarf, because there's no way I'm going back home. Okay, so, and today would have been a good day to go home. It is pouring down rain and off and on in this area. It is cold. Yeah, all of the things that any of us could think of as agents. You know, everybody's getting ready for the holidays. Nobody's going to be home. Nobody wants us to be there. They're going to wait until after the holidays, all that good stuff. I could have used any one of those excuses, but I refuse to, because I have a goal and I need to help these people. And it's not too often that I can drive this 5.5 hours away and do a couple of days away from home. So I need to work when I can, regardless of the conditions. So that's why I'm here. And I figured, why not do a video today, some clips. So I just left the house. Hilarious. I get to the door. The lady is, letting me in. The husband's like, who is that? He's the one that filled out the lead. And he's like, no, I don't want anybody in here talking to me about it. I just want to know the price. How many of us hear about that all the time, where people are just trying to push you for the price? And I told him, I said, listen, this benefit is not just about prices. You have prices sitting on your table from other companies. This is a program. This is a product. This is what's going to help your family if you take advantage of it. Now, there's no pressure. You don't have to take advantage of anything. But I'm not going to just give you a price. I'm going to tell you about the program. And that way you can make an educated decision as to whether or not you want to take advantage of it. And he just looked at me and he was like, wow. And then I said, so am I going to be sitting down or am I going to be leaving? He was like, well, you can sit right here. You can sit right here. But I'm not buying anything. I said, honey, that's fine. That is fine. You don't have to buy anything. I said, let me back up and tell you who I am. And so again, I said my name, and I told him I was a field underwriter, which means that I do not have to pressure you into buying anything. I have to qualify you first. You have to qualify for this benefit. So as I'm going through it, he just still was on this, I just want the price. I was like, okay, so you're just not listening, so let me focus on your wife. Because honestly, this benefit's not for you, it's for her. Because statistically, the men are going to die before the women, and she's going to be the one that's left with having to deal with your funeral. So I was talking to the wife. Well, the husband is the one that writes the check. I'm like, oh my God, this man is crazy. So he's like, well, this sounds good for her, definitely, but I don't plan on dying. I was like, whoever plans on dying when they die? I was like, please let me know. Unless they committed suicide. Who plans on dying? No, I don't think anybody. So he said his truck would be paid off in a year. Come back in a year. I said, no, that's what I won't do. But what I will do is I will leave you with my information. I will leave you with this money sheet, my quote sheet. Understand that if you have a birthday, the prices will change. Understand that, you know, these rates are based on how old and how healthy you are today. So he wasn't budging, and that was okay. But I had to laugh because I said, how many times do people get pushed into just telling the price? I wasn't doing it. Not today. Not ever. So that was my first door. I have 36 leads in this area. 36. And I'm only going to be up here for 2 days. So I am strictly knocking the doors. I have everything in my route already. I have all of the addresses in my GPS already. I have everything ready to go. So I can just jump out the truck, go to the house, do my work, come in the truck. If I have a packet, I put it in the envelope. If I don't, I just put the lead down, write my little love notes on it, put the lead down, and I'm on to the next door. That way I'm not wasting any time having to key in any addresses, having to fish through my leads to try to find the next house. None of that nonsense. Even though I ran out of the house and left my coat and my binder and a few other things that I don't really need, I'm prepared. My work is prepared. So I'm going to go ahead and try to find this next house. And I don't know if I'll come on every single door, you know, doing a clip for every single door. However, anything that I think would be important for you guys to hear, I will make sure to jump on and share it with you guys. Even anything that's crazy and funny, because anybody that is a life insurance agent knows it can get crazy out here. So I'm looking forward to having some fun. And already this is a house that I cannot find. So let me go knock on somebody's door and figure out where my lead is. I'll be back. Hey, just wanted to check in real quick. Yes, it is getting dark. And yes, I will still be knocking. I have my serious flashlight. This allows me to be able to see through the woods, if you will, and it's very sturdy. So I will be knocking today until about 8:30, 9 o'clock p.m. as long as I can see the homes. But guys, I just left this one home and oh my God, like, I mean, just very depressed, you know, situation. As soon as I got to the door, the husband, you know, he was like, oh, I didn't know anybody was gonna, you know, come to the house, you know, we're not interested. And I had already seen the oxygen sign on the door. And I said, well, are you saying you're not interested because you think I'm not going to be able to cover you guys? I see somebody in the house has COPD. And he was like, well, yeah. And I said, well, I can cover COPD. Why don't you, you know, just give me the 10 minutes. It doesn't take long. You know, as long as you guys don't talk me to death, I'll be in and out your hair before you know it. But at least you'll know what is available to you. And, you know, let me see if I can get you guys qualified for, you know, a good program. So he lets me in, you know, cats everywhere, you know, dogs everywhere. And just, sometimes people just let go. Like they just let go. They just don't care anymore. You know what I mean? I'm like, you guys have like 6 grandbabies running around in this house with all the animals and all the, you know, the feces on the floor and things like that. And it's like the husband, you know, he's doing the best that he can. He's doing the best that he can. He's like stressed out. Depression is very, very serious. It is very serious. And I was just like, oh my God, you know, but he just, you could tell he had a really good heart. He wanted to, you know, take care of his family, wanted to take care of his wife, and she's the one with the COPD. And it's pretty severe, so she can't do a lot moving around. Like she has the oxygen all day, you know, and she's just like, I just don't care to even move, you know. And again, depressed. Both of them are just depressed. And she can move. She can do anything she wants to, you know. as long as she, you know, takes her time so that she's not causing her lungs to work too much. But yeah, man, depression is very, very, very serious. And I thank God for being in my right mind. My husband might not say I'm in my right mind all the time, but I thank God that I am. And I know depression is not anything to laugh about, but you know, when you're in these homes, you want to try to help them to feel better and to laugh. So I was able to make her laugh a little bit. And I told her, you know, I put my hand on her, I said, I don't want you in here choking. You know, why have you in here laughing? But laughter is healing to the soul. And, you know, if you're ever feeling bad, having a bad day, find something that's going to make you laugh. Find anything that's going to make you laugh. And that's going to help take you out of whatever depressed mood you're in. So that's my little short clip for this last house. Yes, I was able to help the family, and I did have, you know, I received the policy, good to go. Again, one of these things that we as agents think that when we're close to a holiday, especially one like Christmas, that people do not have money for their life insurance. That is not true. So I am going to continue on my journey. I have about 10 minutes before my next door. So I'm just going to get my mind right, shake off the depressed, you know, energy that I may have picked up a little bit, because I feel like my energy is not all the way up to 10 like it usually is. So I'm going to shake this off of me, get my music going, and be ready for my next door. So I'll be back, guys. Give you a little glimpse of my travels here. This is like the first street light I've seen in the past 5 minutes, and there's no signal here. Absolutely no phone signal in this area. All right, I'm gonna make it quick. I got my bright flashlight on in this car, because if I didn't, this is how dark it is. Right, seriously dark. It is 5:56 p.m. I'm gonna leave the light on for a second because there's cars driving by me, and I don't want to have them staring at my car trying to figure it out and crashing, because it is a distraction. But I just finished that presentation with the lady and her son who has no legs, and she already has whole life insurance, which was awesome. She has her plan set up with the funeral home, and she really just wanted to make sure she had some extra coverage, because she just knows that the prices are going up. And she loved the Funeral Advantage plan because she didn't want the funeral home to have control over her money. So loved that. Excuse me. So I was able to help her out with several $1,000s, and the premium was about $101. Good to go. So another example of I had a couple good to goes. I just looked at how many presentations I've done in the last 4 days working in this area, and I'll do those stats for you guys at the end of this clip. But I am headed out. I have 5 more doors to knock in the route that I created today, and I have my flashlight. So yeah, I'm knocking in the dark, y'all. I'll be back. So I am back, and that sticky ended up being a policy, and wasn't the easiest policy. Let me tell you, this little lady just kept telling me how important it was, how much she needed it, how much she knows she needs it. She didn't have any life insurance at all. She really just wanted the cremation and didn't want to leave any burden or any debt to anybody. But yeah, she was like, well, I really need to think about it. I was like, honey, we're not thinking about anything else. I was like, but trust me, if you are not going to make these payments every month, don't even take it out. But there really is nothing else to think about. Like, do you want to protect the family or not? You know? And she was like, you know what, you're right. I keep procrastinating and I keep putting this off. And I'm like, yeah. And you're like 70 something. Anyway. So she took the benefit, and her daughter came in, and her daughter was super happy that she was finally taking advantage of the program and getting some coverage. And so I did take the daughter's information and her phone number, and I asked her that if in fact mom does not make a payment or drops, you know, tries to drop the coverage, is it okay for me to call her? And she was like, absolutely. So I made sure to put that in my iPad, that if that lead pops up on my NSF report or cancellation report or whatever, I can call the daughter because the lady needs coverage. So that was that sticky. Then I went ahead and knocked the next lead, and I drove around the house. And guys, always little nuggets. Just because a house looks really dark, and like right now it's, you know, it's a little dusk right here, and you think that you can drive around the house, and if you see the lights on, they're home, and if they're not, then they're probably not home. And if there's no car in the driveway or in the port or whatever, you feel like they're not there, knock the door anyway. Knock the door anyway. So I knocked on the door, and there were two people in this house in the dark, right? They were all the way in this back room and watching a movie, and the whole house was dark, and they don't even have a car. Neither one of them can drive right now because the one, her right leg gets numb, and she's like, that's my driving leg, so can't drive. And the husband, he's just really, really heavy, and he's like, the steering wheel was just too tight, so he felt it would be safer for his family as well as other people on the road for him not to drive. That's why they don't have a vehicle. So hilarious couple, very funny. I was able to help them, and that was really nice. They were sweet. The wife, she's crazy, loony. I mean, she's not crazy, but just funny and fun, just very nice, high energy. Although she was she had a stroke not too long ago, and so her one side, her arm was like limp, and she was like smacking her husband with her limp hand. It was hilarious. Nothing's wrong with him. He just takes care of her. But the beautiful part about that couple, and I told him, I said, I will always remember them, and they did let me take their picture. But the husband, he asked his wife to marry him. So before, obviously, they got married, he asked her every single day. From the first day he met her, every single day for 10 years, y'all, he asked her to marry him. And she kept saying, no, I'm never getting married. No. Well, they got married on January 3rd. I think it was 1998, 21 years ago. So yeah, 1998. And they're just so, it's amazing. They're just so beautiful. And she was like, I'm gonna kill him. Like she says, I'm gonna kill him all the time. And they laugh about it. And she said the doctors, everybody was taking it all serious and was all freaked out when she first started saying that. But it's just, she just plays around. Like she thinks it's funny. So they were cool. And I stopped, I grabbed something to eat real quick, and I checked my voicemail, and guess what? I had two people that called me back from the delivery notices, and both of them told me that they would be home for the rest of today, and I can come back at any time. So right now I'm going back to the one house where the guy didn't have any legs. So I'll be back. Hey, I just left a lead's house, and we have to always be on point. I am so glad that I have been in this business as long as I have, to know how to control my facial expressions so that my facial expression does not match what I'm thinking. And that takes practice. I mean, it definitely takes some time for you to be 100% in control of your facial expressions. And the reason why I say that is I just knocked on the door, and I heard a whole lot of dogs, little dogs barking or whatever. So I always like to write on my lead, you know, little dogs or big dog or whatever. So if the lead is not home or nobody answered the door, I don't forget about those little nuggets, right? So I'm writing, and it looks good. Like I look busy at the door whenever they're coming. So I'm steady writing, and the door opens. I'm looking ahead, looking for a person. The man was all the way down on the floor. No legs, y'all. He had no legs at all. Just as happy as he wanted to be. And I was like, oh. So you know what I did? I scooted all the way down. So I squatted down with him, and I talked to him on his level. and got all the information that I needed. Checked this, what his name was, when, the loved one was going to be home, got the phone number, all that information, as if it was normal, like no big deal. And I just always think about, if that were me, how would I want to be dealt with? You know what I mean? How would I want people to respond to me? And that helps me to not, show the like shock, like, oh my God, wonder like what happened. Sure, I wonder what happened, but that's not the reaction that I want to give this person or any person right at the door. So, little nugget. That's a building. Sorry, I'm looking for my apartment. Little nugget. Control your facial expressions. Okay? You don't want to make anybody feel bad. All right, gotta go. It's a sticky calling me back. All right, good people. I just left out of that apartment, and I was able to help that beautiful lady with a policy, 9680. And she had a card, a prepaid card, and I let her know that we are not able to accept a prepaid card. I need a bank account. And she said, well, okay, no problem. I could just take the money and put it in my bank account for you. So that's how we got that baby set up. Got to just let them know we can't take those prepaid cards, but the system won't allow us to take them anyway. So it's not that was a lie. We really cannot take those prepaid cards. But a lot of these clients, they do have checking and savings accounts. They just would prefer you to take it off of their prepaid cards. So I was able to help her out. She's so excited and so happy. And the beautiful thing about it is she told me that she did not have any other life insurance because it would affect her Social Security and disability. And for those of you guys who do not know that, yes, some whole life insurance benefits will, and annuities, they affect people who are on Social Security and disability. It affects their income because Social Security believes that, well, and it's true that they can take the money and live off of the cash value. And although Lincoln Heritage has a cash value as well, our policies are considered burial policies. So it does not affect their plan, and we can write them. So she was super duper excited to get her $10,000 to take care of her cremation and leave some money for her daughter and grandkids. Awesome. So I'm on to my next door, and I'll be back. Peace. What's going on? This is day 2 out here in the Bradford County area. Still 5.5 hours away from home, about 5 hours now. And a beautiful day. It is not raining today. It is a little windy. It's 30 degrees, so it's a little colder, but that's all right. And today is my last day up here, so I am running through these leads. I am literally knocking a couple times, leaving a sticky note. I am leaving a sticky note today, and then I'm headed on out. I hit 5 doors already this morning, and they're like all clustered together. So that's one of the main reasons why I like to order 30 to 40 leads at a time when I'm working in the area like this, because I'll have clusters of leads, right? People to go see. So right now I am up top of the Bradford County area, and there's tons of people right here. So I'm like 2 minutes away from each other. Yesterday I was driving 15-20 minutes in between doors, 45 minutes, because I was on the outskirts of this county. I just got a call back from one of the ladies that I hit her door 3 times yesterday. Today I left a sticky this morning, and she already called back and said I just missed her, but she is back. So I am headed on over to her apartment. And how that phone call went, she had called in and she said, hey, I got this notice on my door. I just missed you. What is this about? And I told her, I said, listen, I am the field underwriter here with the Funeral Advantage program information that you requested. I have several appointments, but I can squeeze you back in. I'm literally right around the corner. Take about 15 minutes. She was like, awesome. I am here. So I kind of just rattled that off, and I'm on my way over to her apartment to go and help her. So I will be back to let you guys know how that goes. So yeah, the clips of my days. So far so good. This is the first person that I am seeing this morning. Right now it's already 11 o'clock and I started at 9. So I'm running through these homes. I don't know where my little old folk are, but they're out, and I'm gonna keep on knocking. All right, so we'll be back. All right. Just left that house. Thank God for my flashlight, because it is dark out here, y'all. I was able to help that lady, and I'm glad that I came at this time, because her son, who is her primary beneficiary and lives with her, was home, and he works. And she was one of those, like, he is always here to help me make all the decisions. So thank God I came after 5 in the dark. And I was able to help her, good to go with another check. And I have one more door. I have about 10 minutes to get there. And I have 2 phone appointments set up for tomorrow. So, nice update. Keeping it moving. I will be back after this last door. Peace. All right, guys, to end this vlog, if you will, my little vlog of being in the field. This last door, she did not answer the door. She was in, and I heard her like come to the screen, like to the, not the screen, but to the door, but she did not answer, and it's 8 o'clock. So I called, she didn't answer, so I left my card on the door, and I left a voicemail, and it's fine because I'm tired. But here is the update from the 4 days that I worked in this area. So really, 1, 2, I guess 3 full days, because 2 of the days when I drove up here, I didn't start till about, I don't know, like, I think 10:30, and the other time was 11, something like that. But I do full days, as you can tell. So I'm doing my own little 100 app challenge. And I started December 5th. So I worked December 5th and December 6th. On those 2 days, I did 10 presentations. I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wrote 5 policies. 2 people were broke, and 3 people pending. So that means I wrote the applications, but they really need to figure out their budgeting. But yeah, so 3 pending. So we don't count those until we get the actual bank information. So out of the 10 presentations, I sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 50%. Between today and yesterday, I did 9 presentations, and I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So definitely a higher percentage the last 2 days. 1, 2 were broke. All right, so out of the 9 that I wrote, oh, I was working, y'all. Okay, I was working. I was helping some folk. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 apps for my 4 days. I think that's pretty good. And I'm going to say 3 full days. Awesome. So I did my job. I feel great. I have a 5-hour drive home. Right now it is 8:12 p.m. and I will be home at 12:51. So I'm going to go ahead and just put these couple little clips together, and hopefully it posts today. If not, you guys will see it tomorrow. And yes, I feel great. I'm excited to have done my job and to be able to help so many people. And man, always learning, always grateful. Yeah, it's an amazing business. It's an amazing business. This is truly a journey. And you have to put to the side the wanting to go home early, the not wanting to knock another door, not wondering if it's dinner time, not wondering what they're going to say. You know, all of those things that keep us from doing our jobs and being successful, you need to just forget about them. Get out of your vehicle and go and knock on the doors and help these families. Most of these are good to go. Some are for the 15th. Some are for the 3rd Wednesday. They're all still for this month. I think maybe one is for next month. It is the holidays. People are still buying. They know that they need this coverage. All right? So, I will see you guys on my live video Thursday night. So, I don't know if this is going to post on Wednesday night or Thursday morning. But yeah, Thursday night at 8 o'clock is going to be my live session. And I look forward to seeing you guys at that time. Peace.